Okay, so last week, or wait a minute, I guess actually it was the week before last, I decided to buy my first Boker knife. So I bought this little Boker. Blade HQ's calling it a razor jackknife, I believe, off of Blade HQ, because I thought it looked cool. Blade HQ needs to get better at their descriptions for traditional pocket knives, because based on the description for this, it said the steel was high carbon steel, which I take to mean as, carbon steel, like a, whatever they use over there, C75, is that what they normally use? Um, but it's not going to focus on this. There we go. It's a high carbon stainless steel. So, I did figure that out before I bought the knife, but I just thought it was so cool at that point that I ended up buying it anyway. So like I said, Boker calls this a razor jackknife because the main blade here is that strange shape that everybody calls a razor shape. I think basically it kind of came from the one arm blades that were supposed to be opened with one arm on like your clothing or something. You catch this like lip on something and the blade opens. And these are just a little bit less extreme version of that. You can still open it with one hand on like your pocket or something if you want. I have done it, but it's just not extreme enough to work really well like some of the other one-handed opening knives like this. Like Great Eastern Cutlery always does like a one-arm blade really well. But yeah, so this is a Boker tree brand, which means it's made in Solingen, Germany. It's got two blades. It's got this main razor blade here, as they call it. And this is a pretty small blade. You can get the ruler here and see. Yeah, so like 2.5-inch blade on the main blade here. And a small little pen blade that you can use to sharpen your quill for writing. That's why it's called a pen blade. It's got this Boker Solingen, tree brand shield here with the tree on it that says Germany. It's got these jig bone covers here. I don't think my camera's really doing justice with how these look, but they do look nice. They looked better in the Blade HQ photos, but that's just, kind of the way it goes. The fit and finish on this knife is really good. I think I paid under $40 for this knife. I think it was like 30. I want to say it was under $35 for this knife. But yeah, I mean, for what I paid for it and everything, it's fit really well. The action on that main blade is pretty good. Not a hard pull at all. I'm not good at giving numbers for pulls on blades, so I'm not going to do that. But maybe like a 2 or 3 maybe. It's not hard at all. But the action is really nice. It's like snappy. But yeah, there's no gaps. Knife's put together really well. It's cool shield on it, that Boker Tree brand shield. Cool covers, but you can't really see them because of my lighting situation right now. And yeah, overall, just a neat little knife, and it is a little knife. Like I said, Boker calls it the razor jack. I think I would call it kind of like a boy's knife if I was gonna give it like an official pattern like thing. I'd maybe call it like a boy's knife because it's about that size. Yeah, just a small little knife. It's pretty cool. And when I saw it, I originally thought it was carbon steel, and then once I figured out it wasn't carbon steel, I still wanted it because I thought it was that cool. Of course, it's also got this tree brand etch on the blade. But yeah, so that's the Boker Razor Jack. Pretty neat little knife.